Hi everyone, this is Serkat and welcome to my channel where I showcase board games from Japan. This is a video series where I preview the various titles that will be released at the Tokyo Game Market this spring 2026. In today's video, we will be seeing 8 titles, and like always, I will have links and timestamps in the description below. Without further ado, let's start with the first game. First up, starting strong, we have 2 new games by designer Shibu. So Shibu is a bit of like, your favorite designer's favorite designer, or like a designer's designer. It's someone that has a cult following here in Japan, and his games are notoriously hard to find because he just prints a couple hundred of copies and just sells them at board game conventions in Japan. So your only chance to get them is when they're released at the convention, or maybe at a second-hand marketplace, but those are very hard to come by. So you may know him from his previous works. His most recent one was this one, Balance the Arc, and this one was at the last Tokyo Game Market. He has also done Lazy Bellboys and Clancy Roommates. Those I really want, but I cannot find them. They look so cute, very Wes Anderson style, very like Grand Budapest Hotel, but no luck. There's also Bitcoin as well. But anyway, let's move on now to his 2 new games. These 2 new games come in a series of what they call symbol trick-taking games, and the idea behind them is that they are must-follow, no-trump, easy-to-play games. The first one we have is Haratama, which means exorcism. It's a 3 to 4 players trick-taking game, and the idea behind it is that you are an exorcist that has been taken over by a terrible spirit, and you're trying to block the exorcism, I believe. Not much information has been released, but I think for both of these games we're gonna find out more in the coming week, because they are getting a soft launch, I guess, or a proper launch. They're getting a launch first at the Nagoya board game convention. So once they are out, I think we'll start seeing kind of a bit more on the rules and how they play. From what I've seen on this one, the artist for this has shared a little bit the rules, and oh my god, the art, it's so spooky. I love it. It has basically, there's these artifact cards, and these are the ones that you'll be susceptible to be exorcised with. And then you also have these normal cards that you will be playing. I guess these are the cards that you're trying to do the exorcism, and there's different suits and numbers, and the drawings on them is kind of these exorcists from different religious affiliations, I guess. It's very cool. It's very cool. And the rules, it seems to be that at the start when you're playing, you need to do a must follow. When you can't anymore, then you can start playing the blue cards. And then there's these Haratama cards, exorcism cards. If you get too many of them, it says you get penalty points. So, but then at the same time, if you get a large number of them, it will trigger out their ability, I guess, exercise you, and then cancel out all the penalty points. And that's pretty much all the information I have for Haratama. And next up we have the women Zeus loved. I love ancient Greek mythology, so this game is very fun to look at. And the sad thing is, though, I have even less information about this one. All I know is that it's a 3 to 4 players trick-taking game. The description kind of says, a secret last trick-taking game in which the god Zeus repeatedly has secret meetings with his cheating partner by stealing the eyes of his wife Hera. And it has all the characters from the mythology that were his lovers, or I guess love victims, some of them. You have Io, Lamia. The art looks great. I can't wait for more information for this one to come out. But from what I've seen, what to expect is, that both of them are going to be simpler trick-taking games with must follow, no trump, easy to play. And that's all we have about Shibu's new releases. I'll let you know if more information starts coming out. And next up, we have Bid Dinosaur by Hoshino Design. This designer, who also, by the way, does the art for the game, I love the art, it's so cute and so poppy. They released the game last Game Market. It was called the I Don't Wanna Go for a Walk. It was a very cute looking game. I didn't get my hands on it. I was a bit intimidated because I didn't see that it had any like English rules, and the cards seem to have Japanese text on it. But this one, I think, is a lot easier to tackle on. This is a set collection auction game where basically you auction off dino eggs with dino eggs to get better dino eggs. Basically, the rules for these ones are out, and I was able to like translate them, and you can have a look themselves. I'll have all the links in the description below. But it says players start with 10 egg 1 cards in your hand, and then you will take turns revealing the top card from the deck, and you will bid on it. You bid with your egg cards, which are also both the number on them is your victory points at the end, but it's also the money that you bid with. And depending sometimes on the card number that is revealed, the bidding auction changes a little bit. But either way, in this game, it's not only about getting, I guess, the highest number. You're trying to do a set collection, because if by the end of the game in your hand you have any like pairs of eggs, like same numbers, that one gives you bonuses. If you have 4 cards, if you have 4 3-numbered egg cards and 4 numbered egg cards, did I say it right? If you have 4 3s and 4 4s, it is an instant win. Yeah, it's all about kind of this set collection in the game, basically. And next up, we have 2 games from the designer of Split Trick. So this is Hotaru System. They've done Split Trick in the last Tokyo Game Market. They've also done Anaphylaxis as well. So these 2 games, the first one, Sameranian. This is more of a, I guess, a push your luck party game. You're going to have a stack of cards, and in it you have either cards that do shark bite damage or cards that have a special effect. But what you do on your turn, you either take a card from the top of the deck or a card that has been flipped over and is in the field. When you start, there won't be any cards on the field. The only way you can take a card from the deck is if when you flip the card over, a pair of it is on the field. So at the start, because nothing is on the field, the likelihood that the pair of it is not going to happen, you won't be able to take it. You'll have to throw it on the field. And kind of like that, after the first rounds, you'll get a bunch of cards on the field. And then you can choose, do I take a card from the top of the deck? If it ends up having a duplicate on the field, then you have to take that and suffer the damage. Or maybe the card you take is also a special effect card, which then allows you for it to be triggered. But also you can choose to take from the field. That way you can mitigate to have less damage because you'll take only 1 card or trigger the effect. And basically in this game, if you get too much damage, I think if it's a 7 or more, you're out. And the winner is the last survivor, or the players that survive if the deck runs out. And some of the kind of special effects that the cards do is things like, you make the other player take 2 turns. Kind of like that, yeah. And the thing is, though, with this game, is that from what I've seen so far, is that the special effect cards have Japanese text on it, and I believe it will only be Japanese text. But it's only 4 types, so I think you can easily kind of do a paste up or translate it yourself and be able to play it. And yeah, you can check out the rules for this one as well. Those are out. Then the other game that they are releasing, and I think it's released not as a fully official one. I'm not sure because not a lot of information is out about this one compared to the shark game. So this one is called Pop Art Trick, and it's a 3 to 4 player game. And this one is a trick-taking game that prohibits you from winning too much. This game uses just 32 cards, And I think that's the theme for this year's Tokyo Game Market, like try and make a game with 30 or 32 cards and tokens. So I think in some of the coming games that you start seeing in the previews, they're gonna be like very few cards games. So in this one, the pop art trick, from what I understood how it plays, there's not much information released on it yet, but basically you get a penalty if you win 7 tricks. So the way you can avoid it is that when people play, you can follow the lead by playing the card, or you can choose to pass. And if you decide to pass, then you have to reveal a card from your hand and then continue playing with that open information hand. And if you pass too much, eventually, your hand will become basically open for everyone to see, and that can make you into a target. And I think also something was mentioned about the line on the cards, the art of it, something to do with it, I'm not sure. So I may be wrong, but basically, yeah, from what I understood is in this game you're trying not to win too much, but to do so forces you, if you need to pass, forces you to reveal your hand, which puts you in a detrimental position against your opponents. So this is pop art trick. Next up we have Fagioli from Hoi Games and designer Kentaro Yazawa. This designer, some of their previous works are Haricots, Master of Respect, Mame, Gone with the Beans. The last 2 ones especially, they are bean-themed games, and so is this one. So I think the designer must really love beans. This is a 2 to 4 player hand management game, and I find the gameplay of this one very intriguing. Let me kind of go through this with you. So you start the game and you have these 2 areas that you can play your hand. One is always starts with 7, the other one always starts with the number 3. So on your turn, you play a card and on one of these 2 areas. If the card is a higher number than the card below it, then you get to draw cards into your hand. If the card is a lower number than the one that you played on it, then you get to plant your bean cards, and that's how you're going to score points at the end. The thing is, the difference of the card that you play with the card underneath that you played over, that is how many cards you can draw or how many cards you can plant. But the thing with this game is that it has a very strict hand limit. So if your hand ever goes 0, or if your hand ever goes above 6 or more, then you burst and you receive penalties, points, and you have to empty your hand, and you're not able to plant, I believe, in that round where you burst. And it's all about kind of managing and making that perfect move, because you can only have basically up to 5 cards, but then you have to play a card, plant some, or take some. And it's a very kind of neat, it seems very neat the way that you are trying to time the when you kind of stay with one hand, timing when you replenish your hand. Yeah, it's got that. And also it has, I think one of the rules as well was that if there is a bean icon on the card, then you can play a card on face down. I wish I had the game to show it to you, but it seems very intriguing. I think I'll be going for this one. It seems very fun to play, and I like kind of the whole idea of trying to do that tight management of your hand. And then for our next game on the list, we have Haunted Suites by Mise Board Games. And this one, it's part of the really indie games that I want to show in this preview. And this is a 2 to 4 players dice rolling set collection game, which I have very little information. There's barely anything shared, but this game, the way it's just laid on the table, I mean, I have the picture here, you can see yourself, it just looks so intriguing. You have these very interesting looking dice, and you have these cute ghosts. I mean, definitely I'm being like attracted by the art on this one as well, but it looks so interesting. You've got these little tokens that they will be turning. I'm trying to understand how the set collection will work on this one. But yeah, this is also, I think, one of the games that are taking on the challenge of this Tokyo Game Market, which is make a game with just 30 cards and tokens. So yeah, we've got here the haunted suites. And now for our last game on this video is called Trick Slayers. This one is by Atobor Games. The designer is Ukiuki, and their previous work was Oct 8 that was released in 2025. That game had English rules, so I believe this one may have as well. And this is a very interesting game. This is a 3 to 4 players co-op trick-taking game. The designer says this is Trick Slayers combines trick-taking tactics with RPG battles. So essentially in this game, you're going to have a monster, and then the table is gonna be playing in a trick-taking style way, cards down. To deal damage to that monster, you're going to be adding the numbers of the cards played, and you have to meet or exceed the required number needed to damage the enemy. And then in a true RPG style fashion, the players are rewarded based on the amount of damage that they've done. So the player that did the most damage, or I guess the one that played the highest card, they'll get the most rewards. And it kind of seems to play like that. It has a lot of different monsters, like there's ghouls, dragons, manticores. It seems very cute. And yeah, the reservation for this one actually is already up. So I will link the reservation link for it down below if you want to reserve it. And these are all the games I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be making more videos previewing all the titles that are getting announced. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't subscribed already, do so if you want to keep watching these previews. And yeah. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, give it a comment, yada. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you around. Bye!